Alright, this is a quick run through reminding you of some of the things that we did in class today regarding podcasts and how to edit with Audacity. So the first thing you'll need to do is download and install the Audacity software on your computer, and you can do that by coming to the Audacity team website, then choosing download and selecting either Windows or Mac depending on your PC, and downloading the installer. So if you haven't done it and you need to, then come and get that. The second thing you'll need to remember from today is the BBC sound effects. So because you're going to create a podcast with a number of different sound effects as well as your voice in it, the BBC sound effects website is the other place that you can come to search for search for sound effects and download those. And then the third thing that you're going to need to remember from today is how to use Audacity. So let's jump across to Audacity. Once you've installed Audacity, it should look like this. This first drop down here, it's got a picture of a microphone next to it. So this is how you select your microphone. You can see I've got a microphone that's built into my laptop, and I'm using this USB headset. So I'm going to stick with my USB headset. The second little drop down over here is your speaker. You can see there's a picture of a speaker. Once again, I'm currently using my Logitech USB headset, but if you wanted to use the speakers from your laptop or from another speaker, you can see I've got quite a few speakers plugged in, you can select that as well, but I'm going to stick with my USB headset. Then in order to record, you've got these tools across the top. So you've got your red button, which is your regular record button. You've got a pause button here, a play button. You've got the stop button, and then you've got the forwards and back to allow you to skip forwards or backs through track. The other tool you'll need is this one here, which is your select tool. Okay, you can see that little crossbar, which allows you to select part of your audio track. So once you know what all of those tools are, you're all ready to start recording. So I'm going to push my record key, and I'm just going to say my introductory sentence. This is my introductory sentence. And I'll stop. Now you'll remember that I started talking too early here, and so I'll need to get rid of that part of my audio. If we re-listen to it, and I'm just going to say my introductory sentence. This is my introductory sentence. So you can see that the wave that actually says this is my introductory sentence is this last section here. And so I'm going to have to delete all of this to the left hand side of that. Now that's easy in Audacity. What you can do is simply use the little selection tool and just highlight the part of the audio you want to get rid of, and then with your finger on your keyboard you simply press delete, and you'll see that that audio's gone away. When you're ready to start recording again, you move your selection cursor to the point where you want to start recording, you press record, and then you can record your next sentence. So if I press record, this is the second sentence in my podcast. It might be a question, in which case I'd be asking for a response from the other person using the podcast. So once you've done that, you'll see a longer wave track. Now you might want to add some sound effects underneath that so that they run in parallel. Let's say that we were talking about a crime and we were talking about a high-speed chase. We might want the sound of the car underneath our podcast. We might want some quiet music underneath our podcast. Or we may want to put a sound effect at the end of our podcast. So, in order to do that, you'll have to import those sounds. Now I've got a sound that I've downloaded earlier from the BBC sound effects site, and so I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Import, and I'm choosing to import audio. Now I downloaded it, so it's here in my downloads folder, and there's my sound effect. I'm going to open that, and you'll see that it's set to copy the file in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can see I've now got two audio tracks. So my first audio track is the one that I recorded with my voice, and the second audio track is the running water sound effect. And so when I press play now, this is my introductory sentence. This is the second sentence in my podcast. So you can hear the water running as well as my sentence on top. So that's perfect if you want those to run in parallel, okay, at the same time. However, if you want them to run one after another, what you'll need to do is select the second wave, so the bottom wave, and then go up to the edit menu and cut it out from where it is at the moment. So I've just gone to edit and I'm choosing cut. You can see it's gone from that location now. Then you bring your cursor to the point in your podcast where you want it to play, and you go to edit and you choose paste. And so you can now see that my voice recording is continuing, and then the sound of the running water. Now we're 2 steps away from being finished. We have to save our project and we have to save our MP3. So the project will save with all of the different audio tracks, which is great when you're editing. However, when you want to share that with somebody else, you'll want to export as an MP3. So to save our project, we go to File, choose Save Project, and then simply save the project. And you'll see that it says this is not an audio file, this is a project file. And so we say OK. We're going to save that audio project, Audacity project, to my desktop, and I say save. Now if I come back and I want to continue later, I can open that project and it will open in Audacity and allow me to continue editing. However, when I want to share this with my teacher or with other people, I'll need to give them an MP3 file of my project. So to do that, you go to the File menu, you choose Export, and you'll see there's an option there to export as an MP3. When you select that, it's asking where you want to save. Once again, I'm going to save for my desktop, and instead of being called project, I'm going to call this my podcast. You can stick with all of the defaults down the bottom here, and then choose save. You'll then be asked information about your file. Say OK to this one, and you'll see that it's saying who's the artist, what's the track, what's the album title, who's the track number. This gives information to the MP3 player so that it knows more than just the file name. So I can say that my artist name is Mr. Hall, the track title could be my podcast. If I had an album, then I could talk about the album name there. This is track number 1, the year is 2019, and in the genre we can say that it is vocal, and that's going to mean voice. Then you can add any extra comments and say OK, and that file will then import, you saw it go across very quickly, as an MP3. And so then you'll have an MP3 which you can then play in a regular MP3 player. So if I look at my desktop here, there's my podcast MP3, and if I double click on that, it'll open on the other window. There it is. This is my introductory sentence. This is the second sentence in my podcast. It might be a question. Hopefully that's helpful as a quick run through in how to use Audacity to record a podcast.